Welcome and welcome back. I'm B. Today I'm discussing Robert Eggers Nosferatu 2024. This will be a spoiler-free discussion. First, I'll give a brief synopsis of the movie and then I'll give my thoughts. All right, let's get into it. So this is the synopsis that Google gave. Quote, in the 1830s, estate agent Thomas Hutter travels to Transylvania for a fateful meeting with Count Orlok, a prospective client. In his absence, Hutter's new bride, Ellen, is left under the care of their friends Frederick and Anna Harding. Plagued by horrific visions and an increasing sense of dread, Ellen soon encounters an evil force that's far beyond her control. Before I give my thoughts, let me say this. I am deeply attached to the 1922 Nosferatu. It is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, so my thoughts are definitely colored by that. Keep that in mind as I share my take on this new adaptation. All right, so let's start with the positives. The cinematography in this movie is absolutely stunning. The way the scenes are framed and lit is just beautiful. One moment that really stood out to me was the forest carriage scene. This is not a spoiler. The atmosphere was incredible, dark, gothic, and so moody. Honestly, the movie's visuals are its biggest strength, creating this immersive world that pulls you right in. All right, so let's jump into the actors and the characters. Let's talk about Count Orlok. I thought Bill Skarsgård's portrayal was fine. It wasn't his acting ability that bothered me. Honestly, I think it might have been the way that he was directed to portray the character that didn't fully land with me. Bill is undeniably talented. We've seen it and his modern portrayal of Pennywise, and he's great at playing villains, but here, some choices just felt a bit over the top to me. The voice, for example, was supposed to be commanding, but it didn't always come across that way for me. And the breathing, yeah, it was a lot. I was really confused by that particular choice. I'll be honest, I also felt like I needed subtitles for most of his English dialogue. I really struggled to understand what he was saying, and it took me out of the movie a bit. Now, as for Orlok's design, I know Eggers went for a look that embodied the Dracula of Bram Stoker's book, staying true to the European folklore origins. In an interview with SYFY Wire, Eggers explained, quote, what does a dead Transylvanian nobleman look like? He's wearing this 16th century Hungarian finery with impossibly long sleeves. He has a mustache. There's just no way around it. He's got one. And this interesting hairstyle that was exciting to me because I feel like it is very grounded and it's the first time that a Dracula portrayal is portrayed the way Dracula as a vampire might have actually looked. So I completely get that vision and I respect what Eggers was going for, but maybe it's my attachment to the 1922 Nosferatu because I just didn't love this version of Orlok's look. Actually, I really disliked it. Now we have Lily Rose Depp. She plays Ellen Hutter, the wife of Thomas Hutter. I think she really excelled when it came to her physical acting. She conveyed so much through her movements and her expression, so I think that she did best at that part. Next up is Nicholas Hoult as Thomas Hutter. He did a great job showing the character's fear and helplessness as he falls under Orlok's spell. You can feel his terror as the situation unravels, and Holt makes that fear feel very real without overdoing it. Then we have Willem Dafoe, who plays the professor. He absolutely stole the show for me. There's just something about his screen presence. He's magnetic and commands your attention in every scene he's in. He was hands down my favorite character of the movie. So I have to admit, I might be defective because I didn't feel the tension in this movie. I knew it was building it. I could see the pieces coming together, but for some reason it didn't hit me emotionally. There was no dread, no terror, no haunting feeling that stuck with me, and I really wanted to feel it. Maybe that's on me, but it just didn't build that specific atmosphere for me. I've seen people say that this is really a period piece, and I agree. And that atmosphere in that sense was built in the movie. But again, that haunting dread just was not there for me. So in the end, Nosferatu is visually stunning and has some strong performances, but for me, it lacked the dread and haunting atmosphere that made the 1922 film such a masterpiece. If you're a fan of Robert Eggers or Gothic horror, it's worth checking out. Just don't go in expecting the same vibe as the original. So I normally rate my movies out of Scream Queens. I gave this movie 3.5 out of 5 Scream Queens, and also I gave it 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. So that's it for this review. Let me know in the comments, did you watch Nosferatu 2024? What did you think of it? And how does it stack up to the original for you? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more horror content.